Don't ask the old man, don't ask anybody else. You ask me.
If you're willing to pay anything, it's not really negotiating.
Have you heard what happened to Rick Harrison? For years, Rick Harrison has captivated audiences with his sharp wit and expertise on Pawn Stars, the hit History Channel series that turned him into a household name. But as the show's popularity soared, questions about Harrison's personal life and business practices began to surface, with rumors of financial problems and legal troubles plaguing the pawn shop owner. Now, new information has surfaced that could shed light on the dramatic turn of events that have shaken the Pawn Stars world. Join us as we uncover the truth behind Rick Harrison's recent troubles. To understand what happened to Rick Harrison, let's take a journey through his life. Early life of Harrison. Rick Harrison, born on March 22, 1965 in the city of Lexington, North Carolina, is the progeny of Richard Benjamin Harrison, Jr., a veteran of the United States Navy, and Joanne Rue Harrison. He has an older brother, Chris Harrison, and a younger brother, Joseph Kent Harrison, alongside a deceased sister, Sherry Joanne Harrison, who tragically passed away at the tender age of 6. Notably, Harrison's son, Corey, has recounted that their family lineage may be traced back to U.S. President William Henry Harrison. However, Rick Harrison himself has expressed skepticism regarding this claim, despite his father's assertion that they share a distant familial connection with President Benjamin Harrison, who is recognized as the grandson of William Henry Harrison. In 1967, when Rick was merely 2 years of age, his father received a military transfer that necessitated the family's move to San Diego, California. During his childhood, Harrison began experiencing epileptic seizures at the age of 8, which resulted in him spending considerable time confined to his bed. This circumstance fostered a profound appreciation for literature and reading that has persisted throughout his life. Among the various literary works that captivated him, he developed a particular fondness for a series authored by John D. Fitzgerald, known as The Great Brain. The narrative centers around a 10-year-old con artist from Utah named Tom D. Fitzgerald, whose ingenious money-making schemes left a lasting impression on Harrison's formative years. Harrison exhibited a profound interest in both the realms of physics and history, with a particular emphasis on the historical narrative of the Royal Navy during the late 18th and early 19th centuries. His educational journey commenced at Taft Middle School, which operates under the auspices of the San Diego Unified School District. However, he made the decision to discontinue his formal education during the 10th grade in order to engage in a lucrative venture that involved the sale of counterfeit Gucci handbags, reportedly earning him $2,000 per week. In April of 1981, the Harrison family made a significant geographical transition, relocating to Las Vegas, Nevada, following the unfortunate demise of his parents' real estate enterprise. At the age of 17, Harrison's life took a pivotal turn when his girlfriend Kim became pregnant. Although they experienced a miscarriage, the couple resolved to formalize their relationship through marriage. Their first child, Corey, entered the world on April 27, 1983. Within a span of 2 years, they welcomed their second child, Adam. However, shortly after Adam's arrival, the relationship between Harrison and Kim deteriorated, leading to their separation. Approximately 9 months later, Harrison met Tracy, who would later become his second spouse, during a blind double date. Following a 6-month courtship, the couple cohabitated, and 8 months thereafter, they exchanged vows, thereby assuming the responsibilities associated with parenting both Corey and Adam. However, with time, his life took an unexpected turn. Doing business. In the year 1981, Harrison's father embarked on an entrepreneurial venture by inaugurating a modest 300-square-foot second-hand establishment known as the Gold and Silver Coin Shop, strategically located on Las Vegas Boulevard South. During the daylight hours, Harrison dedicated his efforts to assisting his father within the confines of the store, while his evenings were occupied with the demanding task of repossessing vehicles. After a span of 5 years, the store transitioned to a more spacious venue situated on Fremont Street. However, after 2 years of operation at this new site, the Harrisons faced the unfortunate circumstance of losing their lease. This setback prompted their relocation to a newly constructed building within a bustling commercial district on Las Vegas Boulevard. In his autobiography, Harrison recounts the persistent aspiration he and his father harbored to evolve their business into a pawn shop, which they deemed a logical progression. Complicating their ambitions was a legislative stipulation enacted in 1955, which restricted the issuance of new pawn licenses based on the population of Las Vegas. By 1988, the city's population had surpassed 200,000 and was on a rapid upward trajectory. In light of this, Harrison made it a point to contact the city statistician on a weekly basis, eagerly awaiting the opportunity to apply for a coveted pawn license once the population reached the threshold of 250,000. By the year 1989, the population indeed reached that milestone, and following a series of legal challenges, the Harrisons successfully secured their pawn license. That same year, they proudly opened the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop at 713 Las Vegas Boulevard South, conveniently located less than 2 miles from the iconic Las Vegas Strip. By 2005, the business had flourished to the extent that Harrison and his father were extending approximately $3 million in loans annually, which in turn generated around $700,000 in interest income. By the year 2006, the establishment had garnered a notable reputation for its collection of distinctive sports memorabilia, each piece accompanied by its own unique narrative. Among these items was a Super Bowl ring from the 2001 New England Patriots, previously owned by the American football cornerback Brock Williams. Furthermore, the shop catered to individuals engaged in gambling activities, as noted by Harrison's son Corey, who remarked that many patrons would frequently visit to pawn something so they have gas to get back home. In a statement made by Harrison in 2010, he indicated that jewelry constituted the majority of items brought into the store. Since the launch of the television series Pawn Stars, the inventory of Harrison's shop has typically reflected a ratio of approximately 5,000 items pawned out of a total of 12,000. Gaining fame. Harrison dedicated a substantial period of 4 years to advocating for the concept of a television program centered around a pawn shop, a venture that was inspired by the exposure his establishment received during its appearance on the show Insomniac with Dave Attell in 2003. Despite his persistent efforts, he was unable to achieve the desired outcome. In 2008, however, a breakthrough occurred when Brent Montgomery and Colby Gaines from Left Field Pictures devised a novel idea for a reality television series set in a pawn shop located in Las Vegas, subsequently reaching out to Harrison for collaboration. Initially, the series was proposed to HBO, although the network expressed a preference for a format akin to Taxicab Confessions, suggesting that the narrative unfold at the night window of the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop. Additionally, in a YouTube video released in February 2009, titled Pawn Stars, Corey Harrison made a controversial statement in which he vowed to use a handgun he showcased to confront an intruder, while a woman was heard screaming as she was escorted out of the store after insisting on the return of a wedding ring that her husband had sold to the establishment. Nancy Dubuque, in her capacity as a key figure at the History Channel, undertook a significant transformation of the program's format. This new approach incorporated on-camera experts who provided appraisals of the various items presented at the Gold and Silver Pawn Shop, while also highlighting the intricate interpersonal dynamics among the store's staff and its clientele. Originally intended to be titled Pawning History, the show underwent a rebranding to Pawn Stars, a change that was proposed by a member of the Left Field production team. This title cleverly alluded to the more provocative term porn stars, thereby enhancing its marketing appeal. The series prominently features Richard Harrison, affectionately known as the Old Man, who along with his son Harrison and grandson Corey, nicknamed Big Hoss, navigates the world of pawnbroking. Additionally, Corey's childhood friend and employee, Austin Chumley Russell, adds a unique dynamic to the ensemble. In recognition of his efforts to educate the public regarding the pawn industry, Harrison was honored with the Pawnbroker of the Year award by the National Pawnbrokers Association in 2010. In the month of January in the year 2011, The television program Pawn Stars achieved the distinction of being the highest-rated show on the History Channel, concurrently holding the position of the second highest-rated reality television series, surpassed only by the popular Jersey Shore. On the 7th day of June in the same year, Harrison took the initiative to publish a biography entitled License to Pawn: Deals, Steals, and My Life at the Gold and Silver. This literary work garnered significant attention, ultimately reaching the impressive rank of number 22 on the New York Times bestseller list as of June 26, 2011. In addition to his literary endeavors, Harrison made a guest appearance as himself, accompanied by his son Corey and Chumley, in the episode titled I Lost My Head in Vegas, which aired on November 3, 2012, as part of the American television series iCarly. Shortly thereafter, on November 7, 2012, he portrayed the role of an antique store owner in the episode The Safe of the television series The Middle. In January of the year 2014, Harrison assumed the role of spokesperson for the Micro Touch One razor, a grooming product specifically designed for male consumers. His involvement included a prominent appearance in a television advertisement that aimed to promote the One Razor product line effectively. Subsequently, in June 2014, the History Channel launched a new series entitled United Stuff of America, produced by the same team behind the popular show Pawn Stars. This series delves into significant artifacts that have played pivotal roles in historical events, showcasing items such as the cane wielded by Andrew Jackson to thwart an assassination attempt, the axe that Abraham Lincoln utilized during his early years as a rail splitter, and the pencils employed by Ulysses S. Grant while composing his memoirs. Furthermore, in July 2014, the History Channel introduced a game show titled Pawnography, featuring Harrison alongside Corey and Chumley. In this competitive format, they engage with contestants in a bid to thwart their efforts to win cash and various items from the extensive inventory of the gold and silver pawn shop. However, in the course of Pawn Stars, something unexpected happens. The death of his father. The Harrison family faced considerable challenges in their daily lives, particularly in the realm of financial stability. In light of these difficulties, Richard Harrison, the eldest son, felt a compelling need to contribute to the family's income. At the tender age of 14, he undertook the significant responsibility of operating a school bus. Each evening, he would meticulously park the bus at his residence, and with the dawn of each new day, he would rise early to ensure the safe transportation of school children. For his diligent efforts, he received a modest remuneration, typically amounting to $5 or $6 on a weekly basis. As fate would have it, when Richard reached the age of 17, he found himself at a vibrant barn dance, an event that would prove to be pivotal in shaping his future. It was during this lively gathering that he encountered Joanne Rue, an enchanting young woman who would ultimately become his cherished spouse. Joanne was the offspring of Joseph Rue, a distinguished county judge who later ascended to prominence as one of the leading attorneys for Philip Morris in the state of North Carolina. In the year 1960, Harrison and Joanne embarked on their marital journey, having exchanged vows that symbolized their commitment to one another. Nevertheless, the road to their shared happiness was fraught with obstacles that tested their resolve. Prior to their union, Harrison found himself in a precarious situation, having made the ill-fated choice to steal a vehicle. This misstep led him to a courtroom, where he was confronted by a judge who presented him with a daunting dilemma: to serve time in prison or to enlist in the military. With a heavy heart and a sense of duty, Harrison opted for the latter, enlisting in the United States Navy in October of 1958. Not long after their marriage, Joanne received the joyous news of her pregnancy, which was soon overshadowed by the challenges that lay ahead. Their firstborn, Sherry, entered the world with Down syndrome, a condition that brought both joy and sorrow to the couple. Despite the trials they encountered, Harrison and Joanne demonstrated remarkable resilience, ultimately welcoming 3 additional children into their family: Joseph, Rick, and Chris. In February of 1962, Harrison made the pivotal decision to depart from the Navy. However, the course of his life took an unexpected turn when, 14 months later, he re-enlisted, motivated by the need to secure benefits to cover Sherry's medical expenses. Tragically, their beloved daughter Sherry's life was cut short as she passed away at the tender age of 6, leaving an indelible mark on the hearts of her family. Despite the emotional turmoil he faced, Harrison remained steadfast in his commitment to his nation, dedicating an impressive 2 decades of service to the U.S. Navy. Over the course of his distinguished military career, he undertook a variety of responsibilities, notably serving as a paymaster, and ultimately achieved the rank of Petty Officer First Class. His naval journey included assignments on 4 distinct vessels, culminating in his tenure aboard the fleet, tug USS Chewanok, from 1972 until 1976. In 1967, Harrison was reassigned to the picturesque coastal city of San Diego, California. While he fulfilled his military obligations, his wife Joanne was simultaneously pursuing her own professional aspirations. In 1970, she successfully acquired her real estate license and subsequently established her own office in 1973. Upon Harrison's discharge from the Navy in 1979, he enthusiastically joined forces with his wife in her burgeoning real estate enterprise. Regrettably, the real estate sector was grappling with a significant downturn, exacerbated by exorbitant interest rates that soared to an astonishing 18%. This unfortunate economic climate resulted in Harrison incurring substantial financial losses, amounting to a staggering $1 million, which ultimately precipitated the demise of his business in 1981. On June 25, 2018, the world mourned the loss of Harrison, who succumbed to the unyielding effects of Parkinson's disease. His passing created a significant void in the lives of many, yet he bequeathed a legacy that will be eternally honored. Following his death, Harrison's devoted wife, Joanne, along with their 3 sons, found comfort in the support of their extended family, which comprised 10 grandchildren and 5 great-grandchildren. In his final wishes, Harrison appointed his son Rick to oversee the management of his estate, ensuring that his affairs would be conducted with the utmost care and attention. It is with profound sadness that we discover Christopher Keith Harrison, the youngest of Harrison's 3 sons, was deliberately omitted from his father's will, prompting speculation regarding the motivations behind this choice. Merely 2 days following Harrison's passing, the widely acclaimed television series Pawn Stars honored his extraordinary life with a special episode entitled A Treasure Remembered. This touching tribute included significant clips from the series, alongside sincere interviews that illuminated the influence Harrison had on those in his life. It acted as a testament to the enduring legacy he established and the cherished memories he fostered. As if the death of his father wasn't enough, his mother took an unexpected move. Sued by mother. In a noteworthy development in 2022, Joanne Harrison initiated legal proceedings by requesting a temporary restraining order against her son. This action was prompted by an ongoing lawsuit concerning the family's assets and the ownership of the Las Vegas enterprise that gained fame through the widely viewed reality television program. According to court filings, Joanne Harrison, who is 81 years old, is endeavoring to prevent Rick Harrison from meddling with $25,000 payments, transferring assets, or undertaking any actions that might jeopardize her interests in the family business. This legal maneuver highlights the underlying tensions that have been brewing for several months, particularly as legal representatives became involved when Joanne Harrison threatened to expel her son from the family trust. At the time in question, Rick remained oblivious to the legal maneuvers undertaken by his mother. However, he harbored a belief that her decisions were being influenced by external parties. He entertained the notion that his mother was under the sway of individuals whose intentions were not aligned with her welfare. Rick Harrison articulated that his efforts to engage in meaningful dialogue with his mother over the preceding months had proven fruitless. He underscored the fact that one of the entities embroiled in litigation with Joanne Harrison is entirely owned by her, thereby suggesting the presence of a multifaceted and intricate family dynamic. Amidst the ongoing legal challenges, Joanne appears to be primarily preoccupied with deciphering the enigma surrounding the disappearance of her financial resources. A review of a series of email correspondences among legal representatives from September through December illustrates Joanne's urgent request for enhanced and more reliable financial assistance, as the irregular disbursements amounting to $85,000 in 2020 have fallen short of addressing her financial obligations. Her foremost worry revolves around the necessity to fund her medical expenses, which total approximately $15,000 monthly and encompass the costs associated with a full-time caregiver. Equally pressing for her is the imperative to investigate the fate of her assets following the demise of her late spouse. Documentation suggests that she harbors suspicions regarding her son, believing he may have clandestinely diverted her funds and secured a $3 million loan by utilizing her assets, all executed without her explicit approval. Such a complex family dynamic indeed. Experiencing lawsuit against the Harrison family. In May 2012, a lawsuit was initiated by an individual named Daniel Callahan in the District Court of Las Vegas. Callahan alleged that Harrison and his son Rick had not provided sufficient security at their establishment, leading to injuries that he claimed amounted to $20,000. It was reported that Callahan was forcibly ejected from the pawn shop and thrown onto the sidewalk following a contentious dispute regarding a rifle he had brought into the store. In response, Harrison's grandson Corey took a stand to defend his family. He asserted that neither Harrison nor Rick had any direct involvement with Callahan during the altercation. Corey highlighted that their primary concern was the safety of all individuals present, and it was in their best interest to remove Callahan from the location. In October 2012, a legal action was initiated against A&E Network, the History Channel, and the cast of the series, which included Harrison and the entire crew. The plaintiff, Wayne F. Jeffries, a promoter based in Las Vegas and the manager of the Harrisons, filed the lawsuit. Jeffries had been instrumental in managing both the Harrisons and Chumley Russell in their television-related ventures. Previously, Jeffries had successfully managed a well-known Las Vegas restaurant named Seven and had been pivotal in the inception of the series. He also contributed financially to the Las Vegas Red, White, and Boom Independence Day celebration. Nonetheless, Jeffries asserted that following the show's debut, his influence waned significantly. Ultimately, he was dismissed and did not receive the fees and merchandising royalties that had been assured to him. Jeffries contended that this situation arose due to the Pawn Stars cast's objections to the creation of the spin-off series Cajun Pawn Stars, which they only learned about through a TMZ report in January 2012. The lawsuit was lodged in the Clark County District Court in Las Vegas, alleging that the defendants had interfered with Jeffries' business operations. This incident underscored the underlying tensions and disputes within the widely popular television program. Not only had he experienced these tragedies, his personal life has also been filled with tragedies. Marriage. In a manner reminiscent of his father, Harrison encountered a series of unforeseen obstacles and transformative experiences during his formative years. At the tender age of 17, he and his girlfriend Kim were confronted with the life-altering news of her pregnancy, which introduced a complex blend of exhilaration and apprehension into their lives. Tragically, they endured the profound sorrow of a miscarriage. Nevertheless, the strength of their love and mutual commitment endured. With a resolute determination to forge a shared future, the young couple opted to enter into matrimony. The arrival of their firstborn, Corey, on the significant date of April 27, 1983, infused their lives with immense joy and an acute awareness of their newfound responsibilities. In a relatively brief period of 2 years, their family expanded further with the birth of their second son, Adam. However, as life would have it, Harrison and Kim encountered difficulties within their relationship, ultimately leading to their separation following Adam's arrival. It was amidst the trials and tribulations of a challenging period that Harrison's journey serendipitously intertwined with that of Tracy, who would ultimately assume the role of his second spouse. Fate orchestrated their meeting during a blind double date, and within a mere 9 months of their initial encounter, they courageously opted to cohabitate. Their relationship flourished with each day that passed, culminating in a heartfelt commitment to marriage after 8 months. In addition to nurturing their own romantic connection, they embraced the profound responsibility of raising Corey and Adam as if they were their own children. As time progressed to the year 2012, Harrison found himself on the brink of a transformative new phase in his life. It was during this period that he encountered Deanna Burdett, an extraordinary woman who effortlessly captured his affections. Their romance blossomed, and Harrison, brimming with enthusiasm, made a daring proclamation on Valentine's Day, declaring to Burdett, "Girl, I'm marrying you," while presenting her with an engagement ring. To his delight, Burdett welcomed his impulsive gesture and consented to become his wife. The year 2013 marked their wedding day, which was a jubilant celebration of their love. Surrounded by 180 cherished guests, they exchanged vows in the idyllic locale of Laguna Beach, California. The ceremony was further enriched by the presence of their loved ones, including Harrison's colleague from Pawn Stars, Chumley, who had the honor of serving as the ring bearer. The officiant for the ceremony was none other than Danny Coker from Counting Cars, who added a personal and memorable touch to the event. To infuse an element of enjoyment and entertainment into the festivities, the reception featured the dynamic glam rock band Steel Panther. The atmosphere was alive with laughter, joy, and the collective happiness of all attendees. This wedding was a true reflection of the vibrant spirit of Pawn Stars, a television show that had become an integral part of Harrison's life narrative. It is noteworthy that both Harrison and Burdett had previously navigated the complexities of marriage. However, their union came to an end in September 2020. Subsequently, Harrison entered into matrimony with Amanda Palmer in 2021, and they continue to share their lives together to this day. In the month of January, in the year 2024, Rick experienced an unimaginable tragedy that would forever alter the course of his life: the untimely passing of his son, Adam, who succumbed to the devastating effects of fentanyl and methamphetamine present in his system. The Clark County Office of the Medical Examiner classified the cause of death as accidental. Adam, a man of only 39 years, was lost to this harrowing circumstance. The alarm was raised when, beginning on January 17th, Adam was reported missing, with no one having seen him for an extended period. It was not until January 19th, when his landlord discovered him unconscious, that law enforcement was alerted. The confirmation of Adam's death came through a poignant Instagram post shared by Rick, which featured a photograph of the two enjoying a meal together at a restaurant, accompanied by a heartfelt message that read, "You will always be in my heart. I love you, Adam," punctuated by a broken heart emoji. On January 22nd, a statement was released via a family representative, Laura Herveish, which confirmed that Adam's tragic passing was attributed to a fentanyl overdose. The family also made a heartfelt appeal to the public, requesting respect for their privacy during this profoundly difficult time. In light of this devastating event, Rick took the opportunity to address the broader issue of fentanyl in the United States, emphasizing the urgent need for increased public awareness and concern regarding this crisis. Numerous individuals, including Donald Trump Jr., expressed their condolences to Rick through messages on his Instagram page. Corey Harrison, the elder sibling of Adam, took a moment to honor his brother by sharing a nostalgic photograph from their childhood, accompanied by heartfelt expressions of his affection for Adam. While Adam Harrison may not have been a prominent public figure akin to their father, he did have a stint at the gold and silver pawn shop before transitioning into a career as a plumber. Corey had previously noted that Adam had little interest in participating in the reality television series Pawn Stars. In the face of such profound personal grief, Rick has endeavored to maintain a positive outlook, often concealing his sorrow behind a cheerful demeanor. He has continued to engage actively in the political arena, lending his support to Donald Trump in his presidential pursuits and backing Daniel Rodimer in the race for Nevada's 3rd congressional district. In the same year, Rick harbored aspirations of contending for the governorship of Nevada in 2022. Although he has yet to definitively announce his plans regarding a potential run for the U.S. Senate in 2024, he has kept the public intrigued with his enigmatic remark, "Never say never." In addition to his endeavors in the realm of politics, Rick has been bestowed with the esteemed title of Kentucky Colonel, a notable accolade conferred by the governor of Kentucky upon distinguished individuals. This recognition was awarded to him during a segment of the Pawn Stars spin-off, Pawn Stars Do America, which featured scenes filmed at the historic Locust Grove. Rick's formal induction into the Kentucky Colonels took place in June 2023, within the elegant confines of their grand parlor. As he transitions into a phase of semi-retirement, Rick has stepped back from his full-time responsibilities at the pawnshop, redirecting his attention towards his ongoing presence in reality television, particularly with the second season of Pawn Stars Do America. He relishes the moments spent with his grandchildren and family, even amidst the legal challenges and personal hardships that have characterized his recent experiences. As he embarks on this new chapter, one can only wish for a future filled with more favorable circumstances for Rick. In 2019, Harrison placed his Red Rock Country Clubhouse, located in Summerlin, Las Vegas, on the market for $3.99 million. This expansive residence, including 8,845 square feet, was constructed in 2001. Harrison acquired the property in 2016 and invested approximately $600,000 in renovations. Notably, the formal sitting room features flooring made of acid-washed granite, meticulously cut into planks and installed to resemble hardwood at a cost of $45,000. The residence includes 2 bedrooms on the lower level and 2 additional bedrooms on the upper level, along with a gym that can serve as a bedroom. Furthermore, the property boasts 7 bathrooms, a home theater designed to accommodate 12 people, complete with a 150-inch screen and curtain. A wine cellar capable of storing over 1,000 bottles is also present. Additional amenities include an elevator and a central sound system that allows music to be played in any room via a smartphone. However, it's up for sale. Could he be going bankrupt? If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe, and also click the next video shown on your screen.